Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second day of the 2018 Smart City Mayor Summit in Taipei. 各位长官、贵宾，欢迎莅临2018智慧城市首长高峰会第二天的议程。The summit over the past 2 days explored wide-ranging themes, including sustainable cities that connect with the industries and foster innovative entrepreneurship, and cities that support innovative enterprises through policy reforms. 首先，我们邀请台北市林清荣副市长致开场词。I will now turn the program over to Mr. Charles Lin, Deputy Mayor of Taipei City.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 2018 Smart Cities Mayor Summit. Well, we have learned a lot from the previous discussion about how to make good use of the intelligent technology for urban sustainable development last date. And right now we move to the Mayor Summit, to the Roundtable 3. As we have planted the key themes of these sessions will focus on the smart city and innovative entrepreneurships. So following, there will be the 8 leaders. They have the pre-registered. We will welcome them to share with us or to share with us. They will be including the leaders from the region and the municipality, including the Hungary, Argentina, UK, Australia, Russia, and Vietnam, as well as the France. So I will turn the program to the moderator, and each of the leaders, you will be limited by 5 minutes, and we can make the Q&A more available after your presentation, and I will share with all the floor. So moderator, I go to you.
Thank you, Deputy Lane. And ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the Mayor's Roundtable discussion. The discussion topics for the Roundtable today will be Smart City and Innovative Entrepreneurship. So now please help me welcome the first presenter of the Roundtable. 我们首先欢迎第一位城市代表发言。我们热烈掌声欢迎匈牙利塞格德市市长 Sendo Nagy, Mayor of Szeged, Hungary.
Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for the invitation and for the program we could accomplish up to now. It is a great pleasure for me to be here. Szeged is not a big city. We have 170,000 inhabitants. Therefore, we don't necessarily want to compete with big cities like Taipei. But we also have some programs for smart cities, and I think that I should emphasize that in the case of a relatively small city, we have to focus on some specific issues, not to try to accomplish everything that can be done under the label smart city. So I'd like to emphasize 2 things at least. One is that we already have an electric transport system, so we make kind of experiments with our trolleybus system. The electric buses are a hot topic today, and they have a problem of recharging the batteries, battery lifetime, how long a bus can run on one charge. And the trolleybus has the problem it does not have any battery usually. So we experiment with trolleybuses that has actually batteries, so they can be recharged during their operation, and we can experiment with extending their routes in the city using the batteries in the trolleybuses. We cooperate in this project with private companies from Hungary, and it also means that we cooperate with other European cities in Horizon 2020 projects. The other thing I wanted to mention, besides that, we have obviously tried to use the data that we collect in the operation of our mobility services in Szeged, like data from electric transactions, electric payments, Wi-Fi usage, sensors that collect data on the vehicles. So we have projects to evaluate that information and provide predictions about the vehicles, predictions about the passengers' behavior. We also have a regulatory system in that we provide local regulation for companies that invest in Szeged, benefits if they don't want to use cars, if they want to provide sustainable modes of transport for their employees, and they make a company mobility plan, an institutional mobility plan, then they can get some benefits, some reduction of parking places they have to build in their offices, and they can also take part in the planning of the mobility services of the city. It is a new local decree, in fact, and we are testing its effect. We also have a project that is very similar to the one in Toulouse that was mentioned yesterday, that we work together with the big employers in the city, and we will try to help them to create these company mobility plans. We will give them advice how to organize the transportation of their employees, how to provide this service for their employees, and therefore try to find more sustainable ways to get to work for their employees. I think these are the major steps we are taking. We also try to learn from the example of other cities, and hopefully we will provide a more sustainable mobility for our citizens in the coming years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mayor Nagy. 我们接下来欢迎到的是纽西兰旺加努伊市市长 Hamish McDowell, Mayor of Wanganui, New Zealand.
Jauan da Jia Hao.
好。
Washia Hamish McDowell. Ki te Kunahera o Taipei, e te rupu na Rorahiko o Taipei, tēnā kōrua ki ngā tangata o Taiwan tēnā koutou, ki te hapuri katoa o ngā koromatua tēnā koe. I acknowledge the Taipei city and the TCA and the community of mayors here in the Maori language, and it is appropriate because DNA has linked the east coast of Taiwan with the Maori people of New Zealand, our indigenous people. This is a very ancient link through sea voyages, and today we meet about more modern links. A historic link for my town, my hometown of Wanganui, 45,000 people, 20% of the population is Maori. It has a very old history, for New Zealand at least, as it used to be the main route through the country by sailing up the Wanganui River, our famous river. We grew very quickly in the 19th century, but then the railway went through and our city became a city reliant on agriculture with many fine buildings, beautiful surrounds, but a sense that history was passing us by. There was a famous scientist from Wanganui, an innovator called Sir Paul Callaghan, who said that New Zealand should become the place that talent wants to live. Well, in Wanganui, crime levels rose, the population declined, businesses began shifting, and a famous economist called Wanganui a zombie town, as if it was living on life support. A populist mayor caused further decline in our reputation, and Maori achievement at school fell. In 2008, only 58% of Wanganui homes had access to a computer. It was a place where artists came because the property was cheap and Sir Paul Callaghan had long left. Then my predecessor, Annette Main, was elected and she grabbed the smart city concept as a transformative idea. It was about, she formed the Digital Leaders Forum and created a cohort of people committed to supporting the digital revolution. And the core values were improving the quality of life, focusing on the environment, and working alongside Maori. Our mission became supporting the people to use the ultra-fast broadband that the government had rolled out into Wanganui as one of the first towns to receive that. Really important to have central government investment. So we started supporting an organisation like Computers in Homes, which placed over 1,000 computers in the homes of those who couldn't afford it and trained the people to be computer literate. We had a computer clubhouse for our young people, which allowed them to explore in a safe environment all the wonders of the internet and the digital world. It was right next door to a music studio and a health centre. It was a perfect place. And our businesses started feeling connected to the rest of the world. Q West, our famous boat builders, Pacific Helmets, who even supply Taiwanese helmets, they started getting much closer to their markets. Even in the steep hills north of our city, we had farmers. In fact, I want to mention a farmer called Tex. He climbed up to the top of a mountain and put a transmitter right at the top of his farm in order that a whole river valley would have access to wireless broadband. And that became crucial in 2015 because we had a massive flood. So the negatives, the perceived negatives about Wanganui started drifting away. The council now has a strategy where we are seeking leading edge ways to do our business. We live stream our council meetings and accept submissions on our budget on the internet. In fact, our submissions last year were the greatest number we've ever received. Our Sargent Gallery has digitised much of its collection, and we have people, programmers, filmmakers, people from the Weta workshops who are famous for the Lord of the Rings special effects moving to Wanganui because they enjoy the lifestyle and can work remotely. And Paul Callaghan, he died in 2011, but his brother, Jim, moved back to Wanganui. It was a place where talent has come back home. Now, are we there yet? No. Our reputation has been enhanced, but there are still, and the educational and social outcomes for Maori have improved, but we've still a way to go yet. The transformation isn't complete, but it is still embraced by our council. I want to say this, might be slightly controversial as my last comment. Yesterday, a representative of the US government repeated several times that any transformation would be industry-led. I thought that was patronising to a group of mayors who are here with the intention to intervene in order to make lives better for our citizens. I think that was a failure of political will. We're elected for a few short years, and I would ask every mayor to commit to two things. One, to use this temporal power, this little time in our lives, to be transformative, and second, come and visit my beautiful city of Wanganui. It's a smart city. Shishir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. 接下来我们欢迎到的是英国数位格林威治计划处处長。Next, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Trevor Dorling, Director of Digital Greenwich, the UK.
And firstly, if I could extend my thanks to Deputy Mayor Charles Lynn for his innovation in bringing us all together, and also his vision, and also to TCA for making this possible. As you will have gathered, I'm not a mayor. That's simply because in London there are elections coming up, and like most politicians, they're reluctant to leave when there's an election coming on. But I do bring the best wishes of the leader of Greenwich Council, who was here last year and very much hopes to be here next year as well. Thank you. Greenwich is located in London. It has a strategic location, and many of you will recognise Greenwich from its association with time. Greenwich is the home of time. And in many respects, Greenwich celebrates innovation, its past innovation, and we receive 20 million visitors each year who come to look at innovation that took place in the past. The Greenwich Council is determined that future generations will visit Greenwich for the innovation that is happening today. And one of the things which distinguishes Greenwich within London, London has a population of 9 million people, Greenwich has a population today of about 300,000, is its growth. Greenwich is one of London's growth boroughs. It has a 9-mile riverfront, and over a century we have seen the decline of industry, which has created new opportunity in terms of releasing land for new development. And over the last few years and in future years, Greenwich will grow by almost 100%. That growth creates pressure on our infrastructure, on our services and our resources, and of course the environment. And we need new solutions to those problems. And Greenwich, like others, have turned to technology and data and smart approaches. And I put great emphasis on smart approaches rather than smart technology. We are a European demonstrator for smart cities. We work with Lisbon and Milan on a program called Sharing Cities. We're a national demonstrator, a national testbed for connected and autonomous vehicles. And we have a city innovation centre and a city insight centre, which is helping us to anticipate tomorrow's problems and put measures in place to address those problems. It is an outward-looking agenda. It is not about the council, it is not about the local authority, it is about the city, and is very much working in collaboration with our residents and our businesses and stakeholders as well. We are seeking solutions to today's problems, but also, as I say, to tomorrow's problems as well. And for us, SMART means collaboration. It means working with our stakeholders, both local stakeholders and national stakeholders, and indeed industry as well. But I think following from the point that has just been made, it is about achieving the vision of the council and the wishes of local people through the use of technology, and not the other way around. For us, SMART is about learning from others. It's about working with our citizens and not imposing solutions on them. And SMART is about anticipating problems. And I think that's why we see the value of this network and of this conference so highly, because it gives us an opportunity to share our experiences and learn from others. And we deeply believe that no city is universally smart. And we believe that no city is universally stupid. All cities have shown innovation. That's the nature of cities, that they have grown and have come forward with innovative solutions. But we're reaching a point of diseconomies of scale, and technology, use of data and smart approaches enables us to push the boundaries and continue to grow our cities in a way which is compatible with local people and compatible with the environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Dorling. 接下来我们欢迎到的是美国维京群岛参议主席。Next, let us welcome Myron D. Jackson, Senate President of Virgin Islands, the United States.
Good morning, Deputy Mayor Charles Lynn, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor to be here today as an elected representative of the Virgin Islands of the United States and to address the 5th Annual Smart City Summit here in Taipei. I greet you on behalf of the members of the Legislature of the United States Virgin Islands, our delegation, and the beloved people of our territory. The Virgin Islands are located in the middle of the Lesser and Greater Antilles. Our population of 100,000 is ethnically and culturally diverse. We have a rich history and culture that spans thousands of years of occupation by our indigenous cultures and the colonization of our region by European powers for global trade and enterprise. From this history, we are here today. This marks the 101st observance of the sale and transfer of the former Danish West Indies to the United States of America. Purchased by the United States for our strategic location and military purposes. For the last 350 years, we have been a free port for trade and commerce. Our historic 17th and 18th century towns and ports are world-renowned. Our proximity to the Panama Canal and our unique positioning as a gateway to the Americas provide awesome potentials. Enacting policy over the last 100 years provided that the Virgin Islands continues to be a premier destination for tourism, industry, business, and tax exemption designation. We benefit from the Jones Act exemption that allows for global shipping into the territory, from Asia into the United States, the Caribbean, and the Americas, and could possibly be a warehousing distribution in the Pan American region. We are an important and strategic underwater cable landing site for telecommunications for global crossing network in the island of St. Croix. We have created policies for investing in our territory with the federal assistance of infrastructure from bandwidth and fiber optics have been advanced. We desire to advance our existing agricultural markets and food sustainability as we import our food from the United States. We still have many challenges in fulfilling our full potential. With me today are delegates representing government and private sectors under the banner of Smart Island Initiative, who are committed to advancing the territory in information technology and sustainable development. On September 2017, exactly 6 months ago, the territory was ravaged by 2 Category 5 hurricanes 12 days apart, with speeds in excess of 280 miles per hour. This is unprecedented and never occurred within the record of modern history of our region. Month by month, our restoration effort speaks to the resiliency of our people, the people from the Virgin Islands. However, the road to full recovery will be challenging and collaborative efforts are necessary. We are convinced that the Smart City initiatives are the path to our sustainable development and future. As we attend this conference and embrace the vision of Go Smart, we welcome new opportunities of collaboration and advance as a framework for future generations to grasp in being industry leaders and pioneers in suitable technology advancement within our region. Due to our unique political and geographic positioning, we desire an unique and distinctive approach to future sustainable developments and multi-international efforts that can forge a stronger relationship than ever before and bring together our regions as we advance technologically opportunities on behalf of the advancement of our communities. As Virgin Islanders, we are ready to meet today and tomorrow's challenges with you with optimism and urgency. We understand that the world has changed and we understand our place within it. We have always been global and progressive leaders. We have given the world much from our intellectual and creative capacities. Today we move our territory into prosperity and smart growth. We have a significant opportunity to recover an immense cash injection in support of our recovery from the United States of America. We are here to learn, partner, and find the smart applications suited to enabling our Virgin Islands to obtain the very best of the world's technology that will foster a sustainable environment, opportunities for our children, businesses, companies, institutions, and other stakeholders benefiting from smart city initiatives and the possibilities that Asia offers for production, investment, markets, research, collaboration, and cultural exchange. In closing, I leave you with the proverbial African Ghanaian word, sankofa, which means go back and fetch it. It is symbolized with the bird reaching back towards its tail with a golden egg in its mouth. This proverb believes that the past serves as a guide for planning the future. It is in this wisdom that learning from the past ensures a strong future. There must be movement and new learning as time passes. As this forward march proceeds, the knowledge of the past must be never forgotten. Go smart. We thank you for the invitation and the fruits that this will bear from this laudable initiative. Sheshe.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. 接下来我们欢迎到的是俄罗斯塔塔斯坦经济特区投资人关系发展局局长 Denis Ismagilov, Head of Investor Relations Department of Innopolis Special Economic Zone, Russia.
Good morning, dear colleagues. First of all, thank you to organizers for the invitation and this possibility to share our experience in promoting innovations and supporting of innovations in Russia. So Innopolis in the modern history of Russia is a unique example of creating new city. The city absolutely from scratch, a city for IT specialists. It took us only 3 years to construct the city, and how this idea appeared. Yeah? Today, the IT market development, the potential of IT market is very great, and it grows rapidly. Yeah? And we have very strong mathematics school, and that's why the governments had to support this growth and to provide companies with special incentives for doing business in Russia, IT business in Russia. That's why the Innopolis appeared. So in Innopolis, we create special ecosystems that helps Russian and foreign companies to develop their IT projects and in most efficient way. Yeah? So Innopolis itself is located in the center of European part of Russia. It's 800 kilometers east from Moscow on the Volga River. As I said, it's the youngest Russian cities, and what we do there. Yeah? So there are three problems that companies, IT companies faces in Russia developing their business. Three basic problems. First one is a lack of talents. In Innopolis, we help companies to create the R&D team, R&D specialists, preparing them in the first Russian IT university, and also having so-called resource center with recruitment functions where we recruit talents from all parts of Russia and create special R&D team in Innopolis for IT companies. We created very world-class social infrastructure like schools, kindergartens, medical center, hospital, sports center, and so on. And that's why our citizens have high level of life, but for very low price. That's why companies that hire specialists in Innopolis, they can save a lot without, there is no necessity to pay high level of salary because they have high qualified specialists for very low price. That's a benefit they can use our companies. And the second important issue here is investment attractiveness. So there is a special economic zone in Innopolis, and we offer our companies special benefits, like for example low tax rates, special custom regime, low leasing rates, etc. So companies also can save costs there. That's why there is also investment attractiveness of doing business in Innopolis for IT companies. And the third important element here is how we work with the citizens, yeah? Because it's the main indicator for the mayor office of our city. It's the happiness of its citizens, and it's a so-called client-focused approach when all citizens are considered like clients of mayor office, yeah, customers of mayor office, and they must feel 24/7 care from the Innopolis team. And that's why, for example, we have such tools like concierge service of the city. So at any time you can call there and take consultancy assistance, any questions that are related to Innopolis, for example. all, for example, communication with citizens is done via Telegram Messenger. So all the mayor office management, different federal and government ministers, citizens can directly contact with them and discussing different ideas and questions. So it's very briefly about how we work there, what we do to support talents and innovations. And I have a very short video. It will be more informative. So if you don't mind, let's watch it in just 2 minutes.
They say that everything new and unknown is frightening. But you never know if you're ready for a change until you try. This world is still quite new, but you already know your place in it. This is a new chapter of your life, and only you know what will be written, which way you will go, and where it will lead you. You strive to keep pace with everything, because you don't want to miss out on anything. In the rhythm of the modern times, you are always experiencing new emotions. Without changing your habits, you will stay who you are. It is this that helps you to do what you can, get what you want. It's not as easy as it seems, but it grabs you because of the grand prize, your future. The journey can be more interesting than the destination, but the feelings that you will experience when you reach your goal will never be forgotten. A new time has come. The future is already here. You know it and feel the emotions that you want to share. The freedom to create what you want in this new life, in this new world. Innopolis, Special Economic Zone.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Ismagilov. 接下来我们欢迎到的是波兰格丁尼亚市副市长。Next, we would like to welcome Bartosz Deputy Mayor of Gdynia, Poland.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that I'm really glad to be here, and I'd like to thank to Mr. Chancellor and City of Taipei for organizing this kind of event, as I think this is a great opportunity for all of us to discuss such an important issues, as this is about the present problems and about the future. This is a topic of today's presentation, and before I start getting into details, I'd like to tell you that all the pictures in the background of the picture of the city of Gdynia, so if you have any questions regarding the city, I'll be more than happy to answer during the break. What I'd like to start with is about human being, inhabitants, citizens, and something what is really important for all of us here in this room. Doesn't matter if we're talking about birthday, if we're talking about New Year's Day, it's about happiness. I'd like to ask you, all of you, and this is a question you don't have to answer aloud, if you know what makes you happy. If you exactly know what are the average things which make all of us happy. And I can tell you that if you can answer this question, there is a guy, and this is a PhD from Harvard University in the United States, a person who for the last 80 years, this is the longest science research over the world, is trying to answer the question, what makes people happy? And there are three main things, and this is important because one actually is something that we can't do much as a cities, because this is about choosing wife and husband. So just to let you know, if we're going to finish our life, the thing who we choose for husband and wife is really important. If it is a supporter, or this is someone who support us in a little bit different way. So this is really important. And we can't do much as cities, but there are two different things that we can do a lot. This is about relations, about the amount of relations, about the quality of relations. This is very important during our whole life. This is the topic of this round-table session, and before we start, we should actually answer two very important questions. Why we want to do reforms, why we want to have development, and before we answer why, we should, how we should answer why. And why, this is a question to all of us, and actually to answer this question we should define what the city means. And there are two main very important things in the definition of the city, and it all focuses on inhabitants and their needs. So I will not say how it's in Gdynia because we don't have a lot of time, but there are four very important things which we take as the most important in the strategy of development. This is the quality of life, this is about standard of living, this is about our potential of our location, and what is extremely important is about cooperation. Once again, why we want to lead the reforms, and this is a very simple answer, which we believe is the clue. This is because all of the cities, we should serve the needs of our inhabitants to make them happy. How we want to make them happy, and how we want to keep the leaders, the innovative people in our city, this is by being a smart city. But what is important, smart city is not a city full of technology, it's not a city full of indicators, computers, Wi-Fi zones. Smart city is a city which is developing in all areas. It's a sustainable city, it's sustainable development. And to prove it, I'd like to tell you about the ISO 37120, and city of Taipei, Tainan are those cities who got this ISO, and this is a promotion of the city of Gdynia. We're the first city in Poland which got ISO 37120. And what is important, there are 100 indicators which are checking if the city is smart or not. And one of the indicators, for example, is how many square meters of recreation area are in the city. So there is nothing to do with technologies. This is about how we are taking care of our citizens, if they are happy or not. There is a question how many policemen are, how safe do we feel in the cities. So this is very important to answer that the smart city is not only the city with technology, it's about the whole city. I believe that smartness is a feature dedicated to human beings as well as empathy. And I believe that the smart city is the empathy city, the city which can feel what the citizen is thinking, what the citizen is feeling. Another very important thing are relations. This is this relation which makes us happy, which let us finish our life with the feeling that our life was great and we felt happy. So these relations, for our point of view, is really important. And this is about relation between the citizens and relation between the city, and if we truly involve the people in ruling the city, in the making decision process. And the third thing is focusing on the happiness of the citizens. So if we want to keep innovative people in the city, we have to think about their quality of life. If they have a place to spend their free time, if they feel safety, if there is a place to take their kids at the kindergarten on the good quality. And how we're doing it in a couple details, we don't have much time to go through it in the details, so once again, if there's anything you'd like to know about smart city, about the solution, I'm happy to answer during the break. But for sure, this is the participatory budget. This is about expense mapping system, so we are showing where exactly we're spending the money. I'll finish in 1 minute, I just need one more minute. Expenses mapping system, one platform communication, very easy way to communicate with the citizens. Commissions which are involving NGOs, citizens. We are trying to consult a lot of things. Infobox is a place dedicated for citizens where they can see where the city is going to be in 10, 20 years. So place in the city center with a map of the city and all the details. Open data portal, and something that I'm really proud of, and this is something that I'm working pretty hard as my job's going to finish, my work, we're going to have elections this year, so this is, I'm trying to finish this project during the next two months. This is a project dedicated to education, which will help us to cut the cost of expenses in education for 3% and raise the quality of education by showing 280 indicators dedicated to education. We can show the citizens, the pupils, students, to the teachers how the schools are performing. This is this platform. And the results, you can say this is crazy. This is not about technology, about happiness, but we have 3 results. 2 I can show because I know this presentation will be delivered. You are able to get it after. 1, we have a science diagnosis. This is something what is done every 2 years in Poland, and the city of Gdynia is the happiest city in Poland. 87% of people, they're happy because of living in Poland. And number 2 is a city, there's a gap of 10%. So there's a huge gap between number 1 and number 2. So I just let you know, if you consider an option to go somewhere, this is a city of happy people, and it's done by scientists. So it's not only promotion. We also have a Polish smoke report. This is about air pollution. Of course, you can say this is a city next to the sea, but it's not only one city next to the sea, and we have the cleanest air in Poland. And there is the 3rd result. This is a political result. We have elections every 4 years. During the last election, the mayor got 80% of votes, and it's not because we didn't have a position, it's because the people of Gdynia are happy. So thank you for this time, and thank you for the time, and once again, if you are interested in any details, I'll be more than happy to answer that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Bartoswiks. 接下来我们要欢迎到的是印尼雅加达副省长。Next, we would like to welcome the Deputy Governor for Industry, Trade and Transportation, Indonesia, Mr. Sutanto Sohodho.
Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank you first to Charles Ring, the Deputy Mayor of Taipei. And I correct a little bit that actually my name is Sutanto Sohodho, and I'm the Deputy Governor for Trade Transportation in Jakarta, not in Indonesia. Well, I think for those who have never been to Jakarta, I would be happy to share a little bit about the city. The city is not big in size geographically, it's just like 650 square kilometers, but then we do have a lot of population there. We have more than 10 million people there, and as you may already realize that Jakarta is becoming more and more people living in there, but one of the stories actually, Jakarta is situated in the center, and there are a lot many supporting cities in the surroundings. So there are a lot many people commuting day and night. So day population probably would be like 13 million. So the population is high, and also, well, I might say that people is also having a various ethnics and diverse, and so it's not easy to manage a city anyway, because we are limited in resources. There are no natural resources, whether we are a kind of a business or maybe a kind of service city. So Jakarta realized that being a smart city is a must, because managing a city with the complexities are not easy unless you are being supported with some technology. And you might probably have to know that we have a lot of city problems, but the most notorious one is, I think, the traffic congestion as well as the floodings. But now we become much better, because we try to do in a most effective and efficient way, in a way that we try to keep up with the smart city. So if you look at the smart city that we are doing up to this moment, I think there are a lot to do with the smart economy, smart environment, smart government, smart living, mobility, as well as smart people. So actually the smart city program has been done since the last governorship, but the newly elected governor and vice governor is keeping up with the commitment of the smart city. So we kept with the environment, for example, as a place for us to create the healthy environment quality through the management of natural resources to make Jakarta a more sustainable, livable city, as well as programs to encourage the green building and environmentally friendly development. There are many programs that we are doing, but among those I might mention here that we do the green building, and we do first for our office building at the first moment, and then the air quality monitoring, and also the smart lights, street lightnings, as well as the waste management, because Jakarta also is experiencing a big huge of solid waste. I might say the figure is like 6,000 to 7,000 tons per day of solid waste. So we try to do the management on the solid by doing the waste to energy. So rather than to dump the waste like open dumping, we do a kind of incinerating the waste into energy. As for the living, we realize that a healthy and livable cities, and we have to facilitate the access to health and information, tourism, as well as security facilities to people and those who are coming to Jakarta. And among the program that we had the flood control management and also the safe city, integrated vertical housings, because we are not large in geographic size, so we have to do the more effective housing for people. So we choose to have the vertical housing rather than the landed houses. And also for the smart health, we do a lot on this. There are a lot many tropical diseases that probably you may have known about, the dengue and everything else, so we have to be careful and we have to manage the endemic in a more effective way. So smart health is there. As for the mobility, we realize that we have to build a transportation system, and mostly on the public transport. As right now, we have for example, the development of the MRT, the development of the LRT. In a way, also we have been doing for more than 14 years of developing the BRT system. I might say here that the BRT system in Jakarta is the most expensive one in the world, I think, because we have been doing like more than 200 kilometers crossing along the network in Jakarta, but it's not sufficient. So we have to be able, I think, to create another mode of transport, because I think the LRT as well MRT will be the ultimate solution for those people. Because right now Jakarta is having like more than 20 million person trips per day. Yeah, so it's really complex. So we do some programs on, for example, the ITS, the Intelligent Transport Systems, and we try to impose also the earmarking for those who are riding the private vehicles, that they have to turn back to public transport, and we do a lot on some refraining those people of using the private vehicles by exposing the electronic parking and as well as the electric vehicles, bike sharing, and some of the programs we have for the new governor and vice governor. I'll be finishing in a moment. Okay, and the other is about the governance. We know that we are creating a governance that is transparent, informative, as well as responsive to community. And it needs also to increase the public participation through the aspiration channels. Among the programs that we have the one-stop services, One Data, Jakarta's Smart City Portal, e-budgeting, and e-procurement as well, citizen relationship management, and open data source. As for the economy, we do sort of fostering the entrepreneurship, and it's a matter of fact that our new vice governor is a successful entrepreneur, and he's doing a fostering of entrepreneurship and to give a spirit of innovation to the community in order to achieve the high productivity. For example, through the development of small and medium enterprises, expand the employment, and also improving the competitiveness of the region. And the program that we have is, we say it OKOC, but it means that this is one district for one center for entrepreneurship. This a center that we developed in Jakarta, and encompassing like 44 centers. And then also the community info, the cashless transaction, as well as the smart tourism. Lastly, I'm sorry that I'm spending a little bit more time. As for the people, we have more than 10 million people live in. So we try to improve the quality of human resources, and through 12 years education, providing facilities for decent living, and improving life expectancy index. For information, probably for male, we have like average of 72 years old, and as for female, it's a little bit older, probably goes to 73 years old. And as well as improving the access to public information. The programs that we have right now with the new governorship, that we have Jakarta Smart Card, e-Jakarta, the Jakarta Smart City Hive co-working space, because we provide some startups and youngsters to do the business and developing the application, for example, in the co-working space that we have in the office of City Hall, and also the e-learning. Well, we collaborate actually also some of the stakeholders, and we do have some success story, which is less than 6 months. We got the pattern. It's quite a lot, because right now I think as the program to create more than 200,000 jobs. By now we have the participants of more than 4,000 participants, which is coming from the districts as well as sub-districts. And among those also we have 52 potential events that supporting the OKOJ programs that being developed by the new governorship. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm sorry for limiting overpassing the time. Thank you.
Thank you. So that was the Deputy Governor for Industry, Trade and Transportation, Jakarta. 我们接下来欢迎到的是法国的 Grenoble 都会区主席。Next, we would like to welcome Christophe Ferrari, President of Grenoble Alpes Metropole, France.
Yeah. Okay, so just to go back to the question that we have to deal with today is how cities attract and keep innovative talents. So the first point is to attract and then to keep. Well, two question in one. But I would focus my attention on what could be, in fact, an innovation system which attract talents. But anyway, if you want to keep people, you need to also improve and have a high quality of life in the region you're talking about. High quality of life is you have to find good houses at low price. You have to fight against pollution of the air. You need to have a good air quality. You have to find good schools for children. You have to find good universities for children when they grow up. You need security, good security in the city. You have to find landscapes where you can enjoy the weekends, when you can also go on hiking if you want in the weekend, or just on the Sunday morning you open your window and you say, well, I want to go on skiing. And then 30 minutes later you're on the snow on skiing. This is the picture you see just right there. You need to have some good sport equipment, culture equipment, good, culture events, different kind of stuff like this. You can find local food where you're sure about the food you eat. This is something that is also very important to keep the people. And you need some good public transportation system if you want to go everywhere in the region you're talking about. So now let's go after that, which is very important. You need to have a high-performing innovation ecosystem too. Well, I already presented that yesterday about research, university, and industry, where you can find some good spots for universities, for research, etc. And also, you need to have a local government which can support, innovation in the cities. For example, financing competitive clusters and collaborative research and development projects. Also financing business incubators and accelerators. Public procurement programs too, organization and financing of business events, trade shows, workshops, federating the digital technology ecosystem. For example, in France we have what we call the French Tech, and especially in the region of Grenoble, the French Tech in the Alps. Piloting national and European smart city projects too. Well, you know that talent attracts talent. This is something that is quite new, especially with a very big company research center, which is called the CEA in France. and it has been named the best in Europe in 2017. And it generates a lot of interactions, good interactions for innovation. Well, he is specialized in cutting-edge fields like microelectronics, software, healthcare, and new energy. We're called the French Silicon Valley, especially in this region, and we have 7 international research instruments, including a synchrotron, 9 in France. 7 are here in this region. And this is opportunities to researchers and students from all over the world to come here and have some very good instruments to work with. We've got some Nobel Prizes, a World Prize, Turing Awards, so that's clear that talent attracts talents. We're also a very fertile territory for startups. We've got some very good engineer schools, and the students want to stay there and to develop their own startups. So we are trying to do our best to keep them there. And a lot of high-tech startups based in Grenoble, especially from spin-off, from labs and private companies, incubation by large companies, by research institutes, and by universities too. We have a very important foreign investment. We have about 460 foreign-owned companies in the region, especially American ones. Dedicated office space, dedicated tools and programs to help startups to develop their activities. Best, in conclusion, we try to help everyone to be really free to create and to help people to create in the region. So this is part of what we're trying to do to attract and to keep people. But one of the key points is to have a very good quality of life if you want to stay where you want to develop your activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pehahi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 10 minutes left for Q&A. So I would turn the program over to Deputy Mayor Lin, who would be the moderator for the Q&A session.
I think all the 8 leaders, their comments on the issues of the smart city and the entrepreneurships. So we still have 10 minutes. I will invite those people, those leaders, want to have some comments or some questions can be raised from the floor. And so you are welcome to have the any further comments on this. Otherwise, I want to have sum up right here. I don't think I'm capable of making a sum up. But really, on the themes that we raised, how the smart city and entrepreneurships can do it, there will be the 3 comments that I personally want to, my personal point of view. One thing is it's not the way to try to attract the talent. It's the way to provide the happiness of the city that will attract the talent. So it's not really policy that we want to attract the talents. As you said, if you have a good quality of life, provide the happiness into atmosphere of the city that the people will love here. If the people can write here, and then we will attract the talents. The second thing is that we need a platform, kind of a mechanism, not really for the industry, but really for the leaders who are taking. I want to use your words. How should we, as a leaders, can use the previous positions and the very temporary position to make the city transformations. So it is very important as a leaders, especially on the local level, regional levels. It is a very important driving forces. We can start it, and we want to make those mechanisms sustainable. The sustainable will require the local government or the regional government to produce, to provide, to create mechanism as to invite the institution research on the capability of the innovations. They will be localized. But somehow you also have to find the help from the industry society, as well as we have to go to the national level for more resources. So it's the matter that the leaders of local government or the local or the region, you have to have the ability to provide, to create the platform of the sustainable innovative mechanism. This is what I'm finding from you. Again, starting the roundtable 1 to roundtable 3. So as my friend called me, 3 years ago, at the very beginnings, we host the mayor summits. It's just beginning for the 40 mayors, but today, come here is more than 120. So the third comments I want to say it's very important things that we should have recognize the importance of the smart city. We are talking about a smart city, not talking about a technology city. Technology can be reproductions, and even you can copy that. But smart city cannot be reproductions by anyone. Because we want to create, and we should create, the only customized smart city pattern in yours, in mine. So we will be different. Even though we are facing the same problems, such as the climate change, such as the new economy pattern is emergent, we are facing the same problem. But we cannot produce the same smart city as yours. But it is quite necessary to me and to all of you. We need to share our experience, and we need a platform, international platform, that the leaders, the research institute, and the industry society, they can put together on the international platform to share and to get more interactive energies on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, leaders of the older cities from abroad and the global city, I learned a lot from yours. And we moved from the roundtable 1 to 3. I want to sum up, as why I mentioned the 3. I don't think it would be enough, but we still have time because this afternoon, and because next program we will be have the 15 minutes break, and I will allow the manager of the floor to prepare the next program. That will be the pre-launch Go Smart ceremony. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the host of the Smart City Summit, I will conclude this is the end of the Smart City Mayor Summit. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Lane. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the 2018 Smart City Mayor Summit. 在场的所有贵宾，2018智慧城市首长高峰会到此圆满落幕。我们现在进行的是中场休息时间，休息时间为15分钟。We will now take a brief break. Refreshments will be served right outside the conference room. We will break for 15 minutes. The pre-launching ceremony for Global Organization of Smart City, Go Smart, will begin in 15 minutes. 各位在场所有长官、所有贵宾，欢迎参加 Go Smart 智慧城市联盟宣誓成立大会。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-launching ceremony for the Global Organization of Smart City, Go Smart. And to kick off this morning's program, ladies and gentlemen, let us invite today's guest of honor, Jin Shen Chang, Minister without Portfolio, to say a few words. 我们首先恭请行政院张景森政委为我们说几句话，欢迎政委。
今天难得穿西装，我出门的时候，太太说今天怎么穿西装？我说要参加一个重要的会议。这个非常在座各位，我们林副市长我们几位五都的代表，还有我们几位董事长各国的嘉宾大家早安，大家好。
好。
今天非常高兴能够来参加 Go Smart 的这个倡议的这个大会。那这个大会是林副市长跟我讲了很久，因为我们过去台湾连续几次举办这个世界智慧城市的这个展览都非常的成功，吸引了相当多的国家来参与。那么这个智慧国家数位经济，这个是我们国家政策发展的主轴。那过去我们几个城市各有各自的努力的方向，累积出自己的特色，有非常好的这个表现。那所以是透过我们这个新的一个组织的倡议可以把这个我们的国内的政府跟产业能够跟国际的交流做一个接轨，那这个对我们意义重大，意义非常重大。因为台湾在上一波的这个产业里面有非常杰出的这个表现，下一波的这个表现应该是寄望在这个以 IoT 及相关的这个技术为 基础的一个智慧的应用，这个部分啊。那这个部分我们大家都是在努力，政府也在努力，产业界、地方政府大家一起在努力。那今天呢，能够建构这个国际交流的平台，非常的不容易，非常不容易。这次的倡议呢，由我们台北市跟我们其他的5都的城市一起来，发起这个倡议呢，同时呢，获得我们产业界的支持跟响应。同时现在国外也非常多的城市，100多个城市来响应。那这是一个非常重要的大事情啊。所以今天呢，在今天这个倡议的这个大会发起的这个大会里边呢，我在这边要祝福这个组织将来能够变成全世界智慧城市最重要的一个国际交流的平台。那我们一定会不管是政府了民间，全力来支持它，让它变成全世界智慧城市交流最重要的平台，能够有年度的交流的会议、研讨会，或者特定应用主题的这个交流的会议，也同时是可以在全世界各个不同的地区里面能够来展开这个互相的交流，来促使下一个阶段最重要的这个智慧化的国家智慧化的城市一个最重要的一个推动的机器。在这样再次对我们林副市长热心的推动倡议今天有这样的成果表示感佩敬佩同时也谢谢我们这个其他几个城市能够共襄盛举产业界能够投入，谢谢大家祝大家身心健康，万事如意，谢谢。
谢谢张政委。Next, we would like to invite Deputy Mayor Lane of Taipei City to introduce the global organization of Smart City. 我们接下来邀请台北市林清荣副市长为我们介绍 Go Smart 智慧城市联盟。
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Charles Lin, the Deputy Mayor of Taipei, on behalf of the city. I want to welcome all of you to join this kickoff ceremony. Well, it is very honored to have this opportunity to introduce all of you the new international organizations that the Taipei City want to initiate. Global Organization of Smart City, what we call the Go Smart. All right. We plan to set up the Go Smart, consists of the local governments, regional governments, as well as the industry and research institutions. Go Smart would like to invite local, regional, and city government who agreed to Go Smart framework. And those are willing to share experience and open up fields in the city for city POC projects. We also like to invite industry that are able to participate in the process and provide service and professional consultations. We also welcome research institutions to join us and offer research and technical support. The core task of the Go Smart as follows. For more than 1 year's study, there will be important things that I want to show you that we will have 2 regular meetings. As the Minister without Profile, Mr. Zhang, had mentioned that it's not only for the annual Congress, but we also have planning sessions for our members. The Go Smart will also provide the inter-city POC exchange projects and assist the cooperation between the city and city. In addition, the Go Smart will also organize the international awards to encourage innovative ideas, such as we have to spend 2 more days in the city summers. We also mentioned that it's very important for the city mayors, for the citizens, to have a more innovative mechanism that the Go Smart can provide. And we will launch conference or workshops under different topics for members to participate according to their interest. That means, as a Go Smart, they will break down to several sessions, come down to the earth. They will include in the medical, transportations, educations, and either the architecture or the agriculture. So this is very important to help the members to participate according to their interests. The most important thing is that we want to set up a platform for experience, sharing, and data changes. In the future, Go Smart will also launch different topics and issues, inviting members to set up working groups for areas of interest. We hope that the Go Smart can provide in-depth discussions and solutions in different topics and issues to needs of the members. Today, we are very honored to have many of you represent your city to join our pre-launch ceremony. Your support and participation is very important to all of us. After today, we will have a year to prepare for the official establishment of a GoSmart. Taipei City is willing and going to set up a secretariat to operate the organization and propose the chapter. I guarantee to you, in the meantime, we also host events and meetings to invite initiative cities to join and discuss with us. That means during the years, it's not an in-house decision. We will invite initiative city to come to Taipei again. We can talk later and we should more discusses about the chapters. So we hope to establish the GoSmart, and that means that after 1 year's preparations, we hope to establish GoSmart at the 2019 Smart City Summit and Expo at Taipei. Once again, on behalf of the city of Taipei and the other city of the Taiwan, those leaders that come to Taipei right now, I want to express my sincere appreciation for all of you who are here to support GoSmart framework. We look forward to more cities, regions, and city and the industry and research institution becoming our partners. We believe through GoSmart, we can work together to accelerate the development of our city and make it better places for our citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Lane. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll now proceed to the kickoff ceremony for the global organization of Smart City. 我们接下来要进行的是 GoSmart 智慧城市联盟签署仪式。State Government of Selangor, 马来西亚雪兰莪州 Mazlan Mahadi 智慧城市执行单位总监。我们现在一一的欢迎我们国外的代表上台。Municipalidad de Maru, 阿根廷马路市 Daniel Constantino. Coming from Villa Maria, 阿根廷玛利亚市 Martin Rodrigo Gill. 澳洲汤斯维尔市 Townsville, Australia, Lace Walker 副市长。Innopolis Republic of Tatarstan, 俄罗斯塔尔塔斯坦经济特区 Igor Nosov 局长。Santa Tecla, 萨尔瓦多圣塔泰克拉 Roberto Dubrison Munguia 市长。Toowoomba, 澳洲土翁巴市 Carol Taylor 副市长。Villa Fontana, 阿根廷方塔纳市 Christian Martin Baldino. Lujan de Cuyo, 阿根廷 Lujan de Cuyo 市 Omar de Marchi. Representing Busan, 韩国釜山市 Soon Jung-chun 科长。So, dear guests of honor, mayors and delegates, please commence the signing of the initiative. 我们请台上的市长、副市长以及各城市的代表能够进行签约。Thank you for joining us today, and please proceed to the photo shooting area in front of the screen for group photo shooting. So please turn around, ladies and gentlemen, and proceed to the group photo area for group photo shooting. 好，我们也请在场的摄影朋友们、记者朋友们能够把握机会，捕捉珍贵的画面。我们今天现场真的是非常的热闹啊，可以说是冠盖云集。那么我们也请在场的摄影朋友们能够把握机会捕捉珍贵的画面。 So thank you, dear mayors, vice mayors. Okay, so please stay where you are. Please stay where you are. Stay right there as we invite more delegates and mayors to come forward for the signing ceremony. So next we would like to invite, representing Greenwich, Mr. Trevor Dorlane, 英国格林威治 Trevor Dorlane 处长 Trikala 希腊特里卡拉 Dimitris Papasterios 市长 Milton Keynes Council 英国米尔顿凯恩斯市 Peter Marlin 议长捷克利贝雷兹区 Liberating Reda Lukova Kotasova 议员。接下来欢迎到的是捷克南波西米亚区首席副省长 South Bohemia Joseph Knott。Next, please help me welcome Peterborough 英国彼得伯勒市 Wayne Fitzgerald 副市长。Grenoble Els Metropole 法国 Grenoble 都会区 Christophe Fechachi 主席。Also coming from France, please help me welcome Bertrand Sepp 副主席 representing Toulouse Metropole 法国图鲁斯都会区 Sepp 副主席。Prague 捷克布拉格 Mirovsky Ondrej 布拉格七区副市长。And we're also very honored that today we have two representatives from the United States join us today. Please help me welcome, coming from the town of Eatonville, Mayor Edward Eddie Cole, 来自于美国佛罗里达州 Eatonville Edward Eddie Cole 市长。Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, representing the Virgin Islands of the United States, 美属维京群岛参议员主席 Senate President Myron D. Jackson。 Ladies and gentlemen, please commence the signing of the Go Smart Initiative。 现在请我们位于台前的市长、副市长、主席等等的，我们来进行签署仪式。Thank you. So for those of you who have already finished signing, so please go ahead and show your plaque to the photographers for them to take a few more photos. And if you please will, turn around and proceed to the photo shooting area in front of the screen. Thank you very much for joining us today. 那我们接下来要欢迎到的是产业界代表。Next, we would like to invite technology companies and research institutes in attendance today to please go forward for the signing ceremony. 现在欢迎台湾的产业界代表，首先欢迎公权李宗伟经理 Jerry Lee, Manager of the Energy Management System。台达电苏文杰资深经理 Jay Su, Senior Manager Delta。宏基刘明杰处长 Minja Liu, Senior Manager Acer。趋势科技洪伟干台湾区总经理 General Manager Taiwan Trend Micro。工研院余孝先协理 Vice President of Industrial Technology Research Institute。资策会余孝斌执行长 President of the Institute for Information Industry。资拓宏宇何宝忠董事长鲍仲和 Chairman of the International Integrated Systems Inc。 亚太电信黄南仁总经理南仁欢 President of Asia Pacific Telecom。 远传电信李斌总经理 President of Far Eastern Yvonne Lee。 中华电信谢继茂总经理 Director Share 中华 Telecom。 现在 我们看到台上的贵宾已经到齐了，我们请贵宾签署宣言。再一次的谢谢台上的产业界的代表，今天莅临会场。我们也请现场媒体朋友们能够把握机会，捕捉珍贵的画面。我们请在场的贵宾拿起您的宣言的签署板，提供我们多拍几张照片。好，谢谢各位贵宾。我们请各位贵宾转身，请您移驾到荧幕前方的拍照区进行合影留念。我们接下来欢迎第二批的台湾产业界代表，我们以热烈掌声欢迎神通电脑苏亮董事长，梁苏 Chairman of MyTech， 何硕童子贤董事长，资显通 Chairman of Pegatron，ICF 台湾施正荣主席，智慧城市论坛主席，施主席 Stan Shi，ICF Taiwan Chairman， 华硕施崇堂董事长 Johnny Shi Chairman of ASUS， 延华刘克正董事长 Casey Liu Chairman of Advantech， 光宝陈广忠总执行长 Warren Chan Vice Chair and Group CEO Light On， 大同林郭文燕董事长Miss Lin Kuo Wen-Yan, President of Datong。好，我们现在请台上的贵宾开始签署宣言。谢谢各位贵宾今日的莅临，我们也请您拿起您的宣言牌，提供我们在场的媒体朋友们多拍几张照片。再一次的谢谢台前的所有的贵宾，好，谢谢，请各位贵宾能够请您转身，能够来就座，参加我们的团体的合影留念。好，我们请我们在场的工作人员也来协助我们这一批的贵宾能够入席就座。再次的感谢我们今天在台湾有这么多的科技界的产业界的代表跟我们一起来共襄盛举。在最后我们压轴的是台湾县市的代表，还有我们这一次的主办城的代表，还有我们本次签署宣言的见证代表一同要上台了。我们以热烈掌声欢迎台中市政府黄慧敏主任 Miss Huang representing Taichung City， 桃园市王明德副市长Vice Mayor Wang， 桃园 City， 台北市林清荣副市长，主办城市代表 Charles Lin Deputy Mayor Taipei City， 新北市叶慧清副市长 Deputy Mayor Ye New Taipei City， 台南市李贤卫副秘书长 Deputy Secretary General Lei Tainan City， 高雄市刘俊杰主任 Director 俊杰 Liu 高雄 City。 最后我们恭请张景森政委一同上台担任仪式的见证人。 Now we would like to invite Jinsen Tang, Minister without portfolio, to please come forward to serve as the witness to the signing ceremony。 好，各位贵宾请进行签署。我们签署完毕之后，请贵宾拿起您的签署牌来提供给我们的媒体朋友们，还有现场朋友们，能够来多拍几张照片，合影留念。再一次的谢谢我们今天在台前有台湾的县市的代表，还有这一次的主办城市代表，以及本次的见证人张政委，跟我们一起共襄盛举。再一次的掌声，谢谢台前的贵宾。好，那我们现在要进行大合照。So ladies and gentlemen, please remain where you are as we're about to take a few more good photos. 我们接下来要进行的是团体的合影留念。我们 稍作等待，让这工作人员呢将桌椅撤到两旁，我们就来开始进行合影留念了。So ladies and gentlemen, so please hold up your signs or flags for the photographers to take a few more photos. 今日我们邀请国内外县市代表跟产业代表共同签署这份具有历史意义的 Go Smart 智慧城市联盟宣言，彼此承诺合作，交流经验，推动并落实智慧城市建设。好的，我们现场的摄影朋友们，大家是不是都有捕捉到画面了呢？ Okay, we would like to ask the photographers in the front to please sit down. For those in the back, to have an opportunity to take a few more photos. So, dear mayors and delegates, we thank you for your patience. 好，大家是不是都有拍到画面了？好，那么我们今天的合影留念到这边圆满落幕了。So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in the Go Smart Initiative signing ceremony.